Good morning, good evening, good day to everyone. We are starting our third day of ASOdesk Academy. Today we'll be talking about, today we'll have two lectures as always. So we'll start with the lecture about measuring efficiency of a textual app store optimization, and in the second lecture we'll be talking about iterations, keywords management, and how to prepare iterations and iterate each 2 weeks on App Store efficiently. Let's start with the first part of today's content. Again, so all of you are welcome to join our ASOdesk Slack community. We posted there the links to the first two lectures published on YouTube. So if you are in the Slack community, you might find the links to the recordings there, and the links to the presentation are there as well. So so if you haven't joined the community, you're welcome. So what would be our plan for today? So I will say at the very beginning just a few words about the textual optimization. We'll just remind what is it, what is about. You perfectly already know after the lectures which we had on Monday and Tuesday. Then I will outline the main types of metrics, which are internal and external metrics, and we will talk in details about each kind of metrics, and then we'll practice in ASOdesk how to measure efficiency of textual optimization, looking at it through the prism of internal and external metrics. And at the end of the lecture, I will show you a few basic mistakes which ASO beginners are doing while measuring ASO efficiency. So let's proceed again. This is me, Artem Tkachuk. What goes into textual search optimization? So you remember from the Monday's lecture and Tuesday's lectures. So we are doing keywords research, right? We filter this semantic core from the non-relevant and keywords which have no traffic score. And then once we've done the first iteration, we need to measure efficiency, what happened to our app, how our installation changed, how our positions by the keyword changed. So so now we are in the third important part of the App Store optimization. So we'll be talking about the efficiency measurement today. So talking about the metrics for measuring efficiency. So we discern two main types of the metrics to measure efficiency. These are external and internal metrics. And external metrics we divide into the quantitative and qualitative metrics. So let's look in the details. What are the external metrics? External metrics, these are the metrics which are visible to everybody on the store. So these are search queries, these are application position in search results, and these are semantic distribution vis-a-vis query popularity and application search position. So that's the main idea why we name these metrics external, because we see external metrics of our competitors, and competitors see our external metrics. So this is kind of an absolutely open game when everybody can can kind of spy on the apps rankings in the search results when everybody knows traffic score of the keywords, and we see position of our competitor and the traffic score of the keyword by which this app is ranking for. So this metrics helps us to understand basically about the keywords and our rankings by these keywords plus traffic scores. So let's talk a few words about the quantitative external metrics. So talking about the quantitative external metrics, we're talking about basically about keyword ranking distribution. So this is basically a number of the keywords and our positions by these keywords. At ASOdesk, we share our rankings into the visible zones. So we have top 1, top 2, 5, top 6, 10, top 11, 20, top 21, 50, and top 51, 100 and below. So basically we have these 6 visibility zones, and we have keywords, and we see the number of keywords which appear in this visibility zone. Why do you think this kind of graph may not be enough to measure efficiency? What are your thoughts? Could you please share with everybody and with myself? So that's nice to have all these metrics, external metrics, but why this kind of graph is not enough to measure efficiency of our ASO iteration? Any thoughts? Any ideas? So imagine you've done the first iteration and you show this graph, keyword ranking distribution, to the app owner, and he says, so what? No, thank Christoph, but basically not. We have, you see this on this chart, we see updates of the application's metadata, and we see more than 1 month of analytics. So we have kind of a direct comparison between before and now. So why this kind of a graph is not enough to understand efficiency? App, that's Jesus is totally right. It has it shows you no quality. Like, okay, we're ranking for the keywords, but we have no idea whether we are getting traffic or whether these keywords are relevant for us or not. Yeah. Fancy colors. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's the thing, that the query structure is not shown, so you don't know whether they are relevant to your application or the frequency. So and plus there is one very important point, that there is practically no traffic below position 8 and 9. So like, we have very fancy colors, as Jesus said, but we have no understanding whether these keywords are converting users to our app or not. So, and we know perfectly, yes, that App Store optimization is about maximization of the search traffic to our application. So that's one of the mistakes of the people who are doing App Store optimization. So they rely only on external metrics to assess App Store optimization efficiency, and they ignore real visibility of the application. And real visibility of application depends on the traffic score and position by the keywords with the nice traffic score. So in such a case, let's move to qualitative. So that would be the answer. All right, the qualitative external metrics. So this is a so-called semantic chart. So this is a keyword distribution vis-a-vis query popularity and application search position. So in this chart, we see again zones, visibility zones. In this chart, we share. We show 3 visibility zones. You remember I was talking about them yesterday. So we have a visibility zone from 1 to 5, from 5 to 20, and all the keywords below, all the rankings below 20. So here in the semantic chart, we have these zones: green, yellow, and red. And we are understanding whether our position and the traffic score of the keyword. We can point on these points and understand what is a keyword, whether this keyword is relevant for us or not. So that's the very important graph to understand efficiency, quality of your iteration and the changes in your metadata. So once again, just remember this for always. So top 5, if your app is ranking top 5 for good keywords, so then you are clearly visible to the users. However, if you are in the top 5, top 20 range, then up to 8th, 9th position, you will be getting kind of maybe, I don't know, 20, 15% of the traffic. However, all the positions below the 8th, 9th positions, there is practically no traffic from these keywords. So yeah, please remember these visibility gradations. So okay, we've understood now what are the external metrics, and what is the purpose of external metrics, and what is the difference between quantitative and qualitative external metrics. So let's talk a few words about internal metrics. So talking about internal metrics, we're talking about the information from the App Store. This information is visible only for App Store optimization manager who is performing ASO for this app, or for the app owner. This is data from App Store Connect Analytics. So this internal metrics consist of number of impressions, number of product page views, number of units, and our conversion rate percentage. So this is kind of let's say the most important data. It doesn't mean that the previous external metrics are not important, but internal metrics show us the influence of the external metrics on the real changes of the app analytics on store. So among these external and internal metrics, we have indirect metrics, which are top chart positions. For example, there are a lot of other indirect metrics which are not that much important. However, in some cases they play a role. I just want to outline one important thing about indirect metrics and about the top chart position that probably I mentioned this yesterday. I just let me just remind this one more time, that your app is changing, your app chart position doesn't change your position by the keywords. This is rather the other way around. Your app position by the keywords, your downloads velocity by given keywords are moving you across the ranking in the given category. So don't like look when you see that you are dropping positions in the chart. Check your installs rate, check your retention rate, check your external and internal metrics, and you will get the answer. Not that you're checking your chart position and thinking that due to lose of the position in the ranking, you're getting like worse on the App Store. So let me show you a few mistakes in measuring efficiency of a textual ASO. So I mentioned this point already. However, I would like to just stress this point one more time about the superficial analysis of positioning. So as Jesus mentioned, that we have very fancy colors, very nice chart, but it makes no sense in terms of the efficiency. So it is important to look closely at changes in every area. Then another important thing is the mistake of missing the detailed analysis with semantic cohort. So sometimes you're just looking, some like beginners at App Store optimization, they are looking at the full bunch of the keywords, and there are many keywords which are moving up, some keywords are losing a ranking. However, there is no like and this such App Store optimization managers, they are not dividing the semantic core into the different tabs, into the different group of keywords. So there is no need to do App Store optimization from the ground up. Rather, every time you're iterating. So rather, you need to assess what you have done, which changes in metadata brought the results you see by looking at the particular semantic cohorts. For example, the screenshot you see, that we see that this app, this is Verve app, which are analyzing during this ASOdesk Academy. So they targeted the keyword fitness, and all the semantic cohort with the keyword fitness improved rankings in the App Store search results. So that's the right attitude. So we're not we're not assembling semantic cohort from the ground up, iterating every time, but we're trying to understand what happened, why did it happen, and how can we improve something. And the best way to do it is to share your semantic core into the semantic cohort. So you have a huge bunch of the keywords, and you have different little groups of the keywords which have the same meaning. So for example, all the keywords with the sense of fitness, all these keywords with the sense of workout, all the keywords with the sense of running, etc., etc. Another analysis, another mistake which I would like to point out is incomplete analysis of internal and external metrics. So to do a proper measurement of the ASO efficiency, we need to look both at the internal and external metrics. There is only one exception, is that, for example, when you are doing first iteration for an app, you are doing scope iteration. We will be talking about this in the next lecture. So when you are doing scope iteration, you don't care about the installs. You are assembling keyword semantic core, and you are inserting these keywords in the text metadata of the application. However, so at this only point, you don't care that much about the impressions and app units. However, in course of the iteration, the second, the third, the fourth iteration, you need you are narrowing your semantic core. You're targeting more specific and detailed keywords and semantic cohorts. So this should somehow make changes in your internal metrics. So measuring efficient measurement of the App Store optimization iterations requires analysis of both internal and external metrics. So let's move to ASOdesk and check. Let's try to check efficiency of the application. So guys, do you see my screen? If you don't see, please refresh the page. So I'm waiting for your classes. Okay, thank you. So as I've said, if you don't see my screen, simply refresh the page. So again, we'll return to thank you. So we'll talk about the fitness app Verve in United States. So I've chosen a data range from the 1st of June to the 1st of July, so the last month. So great. So let's follow the same waves, the same process of efficiency measurement as I outlined in the presentation. So first, let's check out our external quantitative metrics. So we see that in June, Verve has made 4 iterations. I'm not sure if they were doing all of them. All of these iterations are App Store optimization iterations. Perhaps they were doing some changes in the app itself, or they were updating, for example, subscriptions. However, we see fluctuations in the keywords that, for example, here before at the beginning of June, they were growing by the number of the keywords, and then they drop down. So let's check out this visibility zone. Yeah, we see that the most important visibility zones, they were changing. They didn't change top 1, as we see. Yeah, top 1, there were some minor changes. Let's check top 2, 5. Yeah, you see there were a lot of changes. They were dropping from ranking by 20 keywords in this zone to 12 to 15. So they were making some amendments here for sure. Top 6, 10 as well. You see they are fluctuating across the iterations. This zone hasn't changed that much. Another zone, no, they weren't adding a lot of new keywords. And here the same. So most probably in these months, they were targeting keywords from the zone top 2, 5. You see, they were working with the keywords to with some keywords, or rather there's 2 zones. Yeah, they were targeting some important high traffic keywords to get higher and to get some installs. However, this only our idea and vision of what they have done. So let's look into the details. What about the traffic score of the keywords they were ranking for? So let's turn on all the visibility zones. Okay. So we see the semantic chart. Yeah. So for example, from the very beginning, I see that in the visibility zones 1, 5, and then they before the beginning of June, they were with they had 2 keywords on the rank. They had 2 keywords by which they were ranking number 5: home workout for movement free and Kita body. And we don't see these keywords here anymore. So and we don't see this keyword anymore at all. No, this home workout fitness not for women. So something happened with these 2 keywords. Most probably they left these visibility zones. And free fitness coach, You see, this keyword is not here anymore. They replaced it with another keyword. Probably they are trying what would be the difference in the conversion rate and the changes in impressions. Like they were freeing some space by removing these keywords and moving into the title or subtitle some of the keywords from this long tail keyword. Free fitness coach. This keyword, this keyword wasn't at all in the most important visibility zone, and now it's here. So yeah, as I've said, now thanks to Semantic Chart, we've got some ideas about when analyzing keyword ranking distribution, but this was very like super general understanding of what Verve in United States were doing on App Store. And here, by analyzing at least one visibility zone, we see that they replaced some keywords from the best visibility zone and replace them with another keyword. So they are working, they are doing iteration for segmentation of the semantic core and trying different small semantic cohorts. So let's look and we are doing this with the same with each visibility zone, just like for a very short and quick and efficient understanding of changes by positions and the traffic score of these keywords. And with this function, we can easily understand the changes, which keywords were moving in and moving out of this zone. So we see the top one didn't change at all. Top 2, 5. We see, that they, as I've said, were home workout for women free. They lost one position, and now they are. This is current rank 6, but free fitness coach, they moved one position, and they are now number 3, and before they were number 4. Again, keto body, as we mentioned, they lost one position by this keyword, and they are number 6. Let's look into another visibility zones. Again, they lost some positions by a number of the keywords, but another keywords entered this visibility zone. Another visibility zone. So with this tool, we are moving from the more general data to the more specific data, from external quantitative data to internal qualitative data. So with ASO comparative report, we might understand quantitative and qualitative information about ranking for keywords. We can take a look at the metadata of the Verve app in United States. So on June 1, on June the 1st, they had the keyword planner, and they replaced it with the keyword fitness. So and before, the keyword fitness was in the subtitle. So that it's absolutely clear that the Verve they were targeting the keyword fitness and all the keywords which contain the word fitness. And then, as you remember, we had, I think, this case yesterday. We were talking about this yesterday as well. So they were targeting the long tail keyword 30 days challenge. Let's take a look whether they update. Yeah, and you see they updated the screenshots. So before they were targeting the audience who are looking for the app, for whom exercises at home are super important. And first of all, they were targeting young ladies who are training at home and would like to have a nice body. And now they are targeting both young ladies and young gentlemen. So, but still, this is they are targeting an audience who would like to get fit at home. So basically, we've got after, I don't know how much time we spent. I think around 10 minutes. Yeah, we've been talking, and now we have a general understanding of their strategy and the efficiency of their App Store optimization. What are they doing? What are they targeting? And what are the results of their App Store optimization in June? As we know, as we've said already, that would be a mistake just to finish on this point, because we've got all the external metrics, but we don't have internal metrics. So to compare this data with our internal metrics, we need to go to ASO dashboard. So the data you see here is okay. The data you see here is not a real one, because like we don't have access to Verve internal analytics, but all the apps. But if you are working with ASOdesk, you might integrate your App Store Connect developer account with the ASOdesk. So ASOdesk will be extracting the data from App Store Analytics and showing this analytics here. So you are checking external metrics, and you are going to ASO dashboard and checking your internal metrics. So you might choose a needed range. You might share this graphic by weeks or by months. Then you can choose a source you need, App Store search or App Store browse. For example, you are conducting a marketing campaign right at the moment, and you would like to see your traffic from the let's say App Store browse and the App Store search at a time, and check the dependency of both these traffics. Then you might choose a needed country. I don't know. Let's check. For example, Japan. So you might choose a given country, and in the same interface do this for understanding conversion from product page views to app units. So that's the combination of measurement of App Store optimization efficiency and right attitude to measure your efficiency after iteration. Let me so I see that there is a question. Well, let me just open our presentation. Christoph, but I didn't understand, was it good what they did or not? We basically that's a good question. So it is hard to say right at the moment, because we are not their real competitor, and we don't know the real traffic score of the keywords, which keywords convert better. We don't know the audience of their applications. We don't know the difference between different competitors, because, for example, Verve is a super app where you can with this app you can make exercises at home. With this application, you might be doing weight loss. You might be following weight loss programs. You might use this app for running, and for a very long, wide bunch of stuff for workout, fitness, and so on. So, and in other apps, they have, for example, the features only about the running, or they are specifying, or they are working with only with the audience who are doing workout at home, and so on. So, from to be precise, to answer your question, we would need to understand the competitors, and we need to get an internal metrics from our app with which we are working. What App Store Optimization Manager might say at this example, which we saw, that definitely they are right. They might not be right, because they are trying different keywords and looking for the best converting and the best traffic keywords for them. So for sure they got to some point, they've made, I'm more than sure that around 5-6 iterations, that they see that by enough they understand the highest rank they can reach for a given keywords. So now they are trying to change the keywords between title and subtitle. So they are not moving the keyword from, for example, from title to the keywords field, which are different in terms of importance for App Store search engine. So they are moving a bit the keywords and trying to get higher by one and then by another keyword, and they are measuring what's the influence of these changes on a number of impressions, number of app units, and the conversion rate. So that's kind of a tuning job. So they're tuning their App Store optimization for a given cohort. So they are doing, like, the attitude is right. So there is sometimes you are doing scope iterations when you're adding a lot of keywords, and at the moment they are passing the times of tuning the App Store optimization and targeting a very tiny number of keywords. Hopefully, Christoph, I answered your question. What will be in the next lecture, which we'll have in if I'm not wrong, at 6 p.m. So we'll be talking. This lecture at 6 p.m. will be a bit longer than the one we have right now. So in the next lecture, we'll answer the question why App Store optimization is a continuous process. We'll talk about how to iterate textual App Store optimization properly. We'll talk about the strategies when reaching for scope or targeting audience, and we'll talking about how to efficiently organize your semantic keyword semantic core management in the ASO tool. So that would be all about the measuring efficiency. Do you have any questions? Because yesterday and then Monday, I've got only around 4 or 5 questions. So perhaps you have a lot of questions, just you are shy to ask. So I'm here to answer. So do you have any questions about the lecture from Monday? Do you have any questions about the lecture from yesterday? Do you have any questions about assembling semantic core, how to filter non-relevant keywords or keywords which have no traffic, how to look for the keywords? So any questions? I'm here to help you and to answer any questions you have. Did anybody try to do a homework which I proposed to do on Monday? Anybody? Did you try to understand the traffic share between branded and generic keywords for any market niche in the United States? Harun, how long should we wait to have relevant data and measure our progress? Good question. On App Store, normally we might iterate once per 14 days. So on App Store, when you do an iteration, as you remember, stores are updating indexation of the applications each few hours. So if you're iterating on App Store in the next, I think, 12 hours, you will see changes in your rankings by the keywords. So in the next few days, you will be growing or losing positions by the given keywords. And I think after 3, 4, 5 days, you will stop changing the positions after the iterations, and basically you will change your app will be growing or descending like once per a few days. But normally normally to wait until the iteration is indexed in full, we need 14 days, maybe 10 days. So normally in the ASO world, we are making iterations once per 14 days. So it is a normal velocity to do 2 iterations per month. On Google Play, not. On Google Play, sometimes the changes in the keywords rankings the changes will start even after 12 hours, and sometimes you need to wait 10 days. So as I've said already many times, search algorithm on Google Play is it's much more complicated than an App Store. So normally we are waiting 2 weeks, 3 weeks until changes in the positions by the keywords are become visible. If nothing changes, like if you might be sure that after 3 weeks, don't expect any big changes. These changes will be not due to your App Store optimization. This might be a change of the search algorithm or any other changes. But normally, if you update metadata of Android app on Google Play, there you will see the result from 12 hours to 20 days. Teresa, I have a question concerning the cross-location. If I want to target Germany, can I use then the UK location? Good question. Guys, you remember that the cross-location thing. Let's discern, Teresa. I will outline how it works for App Store and for Google Play. I was talking about this on Monday, but let me then say a few words about this once again. So, if we are talking about Google Play, then there is no such a thing like a cross-location in App Store. So on Google Play, Google search algorithm is taking into consideration all the metadata you have about this Android app. So the Google Play algorithm is analyzing the keywords in all the locales you have, and Google Play is using these locales to show your app in different countries. So the basic rule is if you want to change some positions in Google Play in Germany, then you should update your metadata in German language. But if you're updating, for example, you are adding some different keywords which weren't presented in your textual metadata in German language to the title and subtitle, Google Play search algorithm will analyze these keywords. Google Play search algorithm will take into consideration these keywords, and this might affect your position by some keywords in other countries. So nobody exactly knows how it works, but a lot of people are saying that, for example, I am ranking by a given keyword in Turkey, for example, and I don't have this keyword, or if I type some keyword in Turkish language in Turkey, I see your app, but we have never translated our app metadata into Turkish language. So Google understands what is written in one of the languages or in all the languages of your Android app description, analyzes it, and shows your app by these keywords written in Turkish language in Turkey. That's how it works. On App Store, it doesn't work this way. App Stores analyzes only locales, given locales, and shows and uses this metadata for these locales, and given locales are indexed in a given country. So if you say about the Germany, if I'm not wrong, we need to check our ASOdesk localization table, which I was sharing yesterday. So perhaps, I'm not sure, but that's possible that English UK locale is indexing in Germany. So if you, for example, you have a nice subtitle, title and keywords for your app in Germany, and you don't want to make any amendments here, but you've got some interesting keyword which you would like to target, and United Kingdom is not your like the most important country for your app, and you might find some place in a English UK locale, so you can insert the keyword there in the English UK locale, and you'll be indexed and you will rank for this keyword in Germany and in UK as well, but in Germany as well. So that's how cross-location on App Store works. Hopefully, Teresa, I answered your question. Any other questions about efficiency of App Store optimization, about the lecture we had today, about maybe practical things? Perhaps you would like I show you some other things concerning our topics in ASOdesk dashboard, so to become more comfortable with the tool. I have a feeling that there is kind of a difference between what you see and what I see, because when I say I should wait kind of 10-15 seconds, and only after this pause you are starting answering. So okay, if there is no questions, so just want to remind you about our ASO knowledge base. So a lot of materials you'll find there. Our ASO blog, articles, ideas, and tips about App Store optimization. Our YouTube channel, and on this YouTube channel you will find the recordings of the lectures. So the first lecture is on our YouTube channel as well, and there in the description to this video you will find a link to a presentation and ASOdesk free access. So to try all these features which I was showing you today, you might request an access if you haven't requested yet, and try ASOdesk and try all these features on your own. And again, our ASOdesk Slack community. So should you have any questions, and for sure you will have, for sure you will have a lot of concerns regarding the App Store optimization process and frameworks and ideas and why something is not working. And I was thinking this should be working this way. So you're welcome to join the Slack community. And for sure, we at ASOdesk and other ASO practitioners will help you, or will at least share their view of the problem. So yeah, in case of any questions, you might drop a message to me directly, or drop a message to our ASOdesk Slack community, or simply access ASOdesk.com, and in the right corner you will find a message box and chat box, and you might drop a message there. So see you guys at 6 p.m. if I'm not wrong. Let me just check for 1 second. We have the next lecture, yeah, at 6 p.m. So see you at 6 p.m. We'll be talking about working with iteration and keywords while performing App Store optimization. So see you in 1 hour. Bye.